What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Quicksand tapping in for episode 36 of Mindset Monday, and today we're going to talk about the power of knowing your worth. But before we get into it, the one thing that I do ask of you is that if you find any type of value in the context of this video, that you share it with someone who can also benefit. I post a mindset video every Monday, so subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss another drop. Tap in. Some of the best advice that I ever received was for me to know my worth. And this has stuck with me since about 2019. And this is from my homie Jesse, so one of my really good friends who, was always a thinker, a motivator, an inspiration for me in my life at that time. And, we were able to reciprocate that passion and inspiration back and forth to each other. But I was going through a certain, struggle at the time, and, in a relationship, and, the way it ended really helped me out a lot. And when he told me to know my worth, it helped me to grow and to find a internal connection within myself, right? To love and value myself. And, if I'm gonna, what I want to do for this video is to list 4 things that I've written down that represent a person who knows their worth. And so the first thing that I wrote down was, when you know your worth, this means that you value yourself you value yourself highly, regardless of what other people may think about you. And this is something that people often deal with, right? This is the mindset of, man, I don't want to make that decision to move on to the next person or the next job or the next situation, because I'm so worried about what other people are going to think. I don't know if they're going to like my ideas, or if they're going to like who I am as a person. And then you start to just judge yourself. But when you know your worth, regardless of what anyone else thinks about you, you have high respect and high value, and you really love yourself for who you are. And this actually brings me into the next bullet point that I have on my list, which is to, when you know your worth, you can appreciate your strengths and your weaknesses. And I wouldn't even call them weaknesses. Personally, I like to call them areas of improvement. So you can appreciate your strengths and those areas of improvement, and then you can constantly work on those, on the daily, right? Or however often you want to work on them. And, for a person to be vulnerable enough to say, look, I have these areas that I need improvement in, and they are in communication, they are in, going to put myself in uncomfortable situations. It's, it's doing those things. I think those 2 things are good examples of understanding what your areas of improvement are, and then willing to put yourself in a situation where you want to fix that. And, this can be something of pride, right? Because oftentimes, people can be like, you know what, I have some areas of improvement, but I'm not gonna sit here and write a list of those areas, and I'm not gonna work on those because I feel like it may be too difficult and I don't want to fail again. Or I feel like an ego thing where you just don't want to work on them because you think that it may be a waste of time, right? I'm just going to work on my strengths instead, when in reality you should be looking at your strengths, appreciating them, but then also looking at those areas that you need improvement in, and seeing how you can make adjustments, how you can fix those areas of improvement so they can move over to the strength category. And I think this is extremely important and valuable for someone who knows their worth, to understand their strengths and to understand the areas that they need improvement in. And this is important, right? And so now the next bullet point that I have was, when you're in a relationship or a friendship, knowing your worth is to have the ability to walk away from a certain situation that may not be bringing you any value. And this is one of the most common situations that people deal with, where they have toxic people in their life who are bringing negativity and who are bringing people around them down. And sometimes we can't fight hard enough for them, right? There's a certain point where they start to bring you down heavy, and you see your life starting to spiral downhill with them. And sometimes we get to the point where you have to let them go, but we're scared to. We're scared to move on because of what they're going to say, or what they're thinking in their head, or that, we can't let them down, so we got to keep pushing for them. But there comes a certain time in your life where you have to know your worth, and you have to know that, look, I did everything that I could in my power to help this individual or to help these people, and they are not seeming to get it and understand, or they're not willing to work on themselves. And I'm come to a point, this is what you're telling yourself, I've come to a point where I value my worth, and I know who I am, and I know that I don't want to continue to be dragged into the mud. I want to move up and level up and meet people who are going to value and cherish my energy and my presence. And when I'm in a situation where I'm not happy, I can't get to that point of happiness where I'm around people who are valuing me. And so you have to remove yourself from those situations. So this could be one of the hardest things you ever do in your life, but it could also end up being one of the most powerful decisions that you make, because you understand who you are and what you're worth, and you love yourself enough to remove yourself from a situation that can be difficult. And then the last one I have here is this is actually one of the more important, traits of knowing your worth. And this is to recognize the power that you have inside of you, in your spirit, in your heart, and in your mind. Understanding the power of being able to give back and to teach people that you can be great, right? You can teach people to give off good energy to other people, and to just give back in a way where it's not physical, but it's a spiritual connection and an energy exchange of positive energy, where you're giving life to other people. And I think that is extremely important. That's something that I'm into 100%, and that's giving back and teaching people that they can be great, and they can find themselves in a situation where they're around other great people who are going to help them, and you guys all help each other to level up and to find happiness and to find success, and to bring more people into that circle, or teach people how to create their own circle of people and networking, so that way everyone can live the life that they want to live, and they don't have to go through any struggles. And even sometimes, there's people who are currently struggling that feel like they have no hope or no chance. And when you as an individual are strong-minded, and you love yourself, and you're passionate about helping other people, and you can give back and to help them, that is one of the most powerful things that you can do as a human being, because that's just human nature, to be able to help other people and to bring love and compassion and joy, and that that willingness to care for other people. That is important, and that is like basic human thought processes, right? And when you can do this, you can do anything in the world. So again, all of this connects back to knowing your worth, knowing who you are and what you want to do, and how you want to bring value to this world, and the type of energy that you want to give out, and the type of happiness that you want to consume. This is all important in knowing your worth, and it was one of the best pieces of advice that I ever received. Shout out to my boy Jesse. That thing changed my life, and I'm still grateful for that. And I'm just grateful that I know all this information. I've been through some things, and now I'm able to teach. And this is the importance of this Mindset Monday segment, and the quick talk segment that I do on TikTok and Instagram, and just me creating videos for basketball, and just giving back as much as I can. I love this. I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm in a great position and I want to continue to get better. Thank you all for watching this video. I appreciate you all. I will see you all in the next one. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe, and share with someone who you know can benefit. Tap out.